The Senate was the problem, not the House. The House passed over 300 pieces of legislation, many of them on a bipartisan basis, and nothing was done with them in the Senate. The American people have changed the Senate. So I think we have an obligation to change the behavior of the Senate and to begin to function again. That doesn't guarantee that the president's going to agree with everything we do, but we're going to go back to work. The Democrat who counts is the President of the United States. Democrats in Congress will support whatever he agrees to do, and that was a perfect example of exactly what I'm talking about. So, you know, we were very much inclined to support President Bush as well. This is not unusual. When you have the White House, the most important member of your party is the person in the White House. So we'll see whether we can work with the president. I hope so. That's what he says, and we'll find out. I'm not sure he's going to sign everything, but we're going to function. We are. We're going to pass legislation. Some of it he may not like, but we're going to function. This gridlock and dysfunction can be ended. It can be ended by having a Senate that actually, excuse me, that actually works. It's no secret that every one of my members thinks that Obamacare was a huge legislative mistake. It has fouled up the health insurance market, put states in a deep hole in terms of the Medicaid expansion and their own ability to finance it a few years from now. If I had the ability, Carl, obviously I'd get rid of it. The president choosing to do a lot of things unilaterally on immigration would be a big mistake. It's an issue that most of my members want to address legislatively, and it's like waving a red flag in front of a bull to say, if you guys don't do what I want, I'm going to do it on my own. And the president's done that on Obamacare. He's done it on immigration and threatening to do it again. I hope he won't do that, because I do think it poisons the well for the opportunity to address a very important domestic issue. The relationship I have with the president has always been cordial. I mean, there's not a personality problem here or anything like that. I think my attitude about all this at this point is trust but verify. I mean, let's see. The American people have spoken. They've given us divided government. The question for both the president and for the speaker and myself and our members is, what are you going to do with it? And I've already said I want to first look for areas that we can agree on, and there probably are some, and that's what we're going to be talking about in the next few weeks.